Good morning, dear student. I am Aditya Bhatt, Assistant Professor in Sage University, Bhopal. Today, I am discussing about subject Basic of Mechanical Engineering, and our today's topic is Second Law of Thermodynamics. So, second law of thermodynamics based on the direction, because the real meaning of second law is only it is a directional law, because in second law always tell about the direction of a process. So before I start this, I will discuss about the thermal reservoir. You know, thermal reservoir is an infinite heat capacity source, like an ocean. So we are taking here thermal reservoir. It is an infinite heat of capacity. There is a lot of heat available. So in this thermal reservoir, you can supply or absorb any amount of heat without affecting its temperature. It means you can take any amount of heat, or you can absorb, or you can supply any amount of heat without affecting it. It is called a thermal reservoir. So a reservoir that supply heat energy is called heat source, and one that absorb heat energy is called heat sink. That means a reservoir always work between source and sink. So in source we can say it is a high temperature thermal body, yeah, high temperature reservoir, high temperature body reservoir. And another is the heat sink, which is called low temperature reservoir or low temperature body reservoir. I'm showing here diagram. I'm draw a very simple diagram. In the above side, I'm taking source, and in a bottom I'm taking sink, and in between source and sink I'm using a device. Right now we don't know what type of this device. Either it may be a heat engine or maybe a refrigerator. So I'm simple drawing only a rectangular box. It is only a device. So now device work between source and sink. So with the combination of source and sink, it become a thermal reservoir. Is it clear? Now I move to heat engine. So like this rectangular box device. So initially I'm starting with this device. I'm assuming this device is our heat engine. So you know heat engine. Actually, the net amount of heat, we know the net amount of heat cannot be converted into work directly. But conversion of heat into work require some special device. And such devices are called heat engine. And heat engine is a device which operates in a cycle. It receives the heat energy from a high temperature reservoir, convert some of the heat energy into work, and reject the remaining heat at a low temperature reservoir. So now I'm showing here diagram. In this diagram, in a circle, this is our heat engine. Above in the heat engine, it is a high temperature reservoir, and this one is the low temperature reservoir. I'm taking TH for high thermal reservoir and TL for low temperature thermal reservoir. QH is the heat from the high temperature reservoir, which is used in a heat engine, and the same QL is rejecting the remaining heat at a low temperature reservoir. So in between work is produced. So it converts the part of the heat supplied into useful work. So useful work is always a difference between QH minus QL. QH minus QL. Now, next point is our thermal efficiency. Next point is our thermal efficiency. So, you know the very well, efficiency is always a performance parameter. So like here, thermal efficiency is the performance measuring parameter of a heat engine. And efficiency, you know, is always output upon input. Whatever you desire, this is your output. So in general, it is defined as the ratio of the desired output to the energy input. So other word we can say, a simple definition, output upon input. So for a heat engine, the desired output is the net work done, and the energy input is the heat supplied, QH. So now I'm using the sign eta for efficiency, and it is the ratio of net work output upon energy input as heat. So work net upon QH. And you know the value of work net in previous slide. W net is equal to difference of QH minus QL. So you are putting here QH minus QL upon QH. So finally 1 minus QL by QH. This is the formula of thermal efficiency of heat engine, where QH and QL both the positive quantity. And you also know thermal efficiency of the work producing device is always less than unity. It is very important line here, which is added here. Thermal efficiency of the work producing device is always less than unity. So what is indicating here? It is a reply. Engine never 100% efficient. A engine never 100% efficient. So that's why we can say efficiency is always less than unity. And generally, you know the two type of engine you are using, like a spark ignition, internal combustion engine, like it is a petrol engine. So the efficiency is near about 30%. And when we talk about the diesel engines, is about 32% efficient. Large gas and steam power plant have a thermal efficiency about 45%. So is it very clear indication? A engine never 100% efficient. So I think it's enough for heat engine. We will meet in the next series. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you very much.